Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth, wherever you are. And today we're going to be doing something I've been wanting to do again for a while. We're going to be doing a pack trip event. Yes, we are. We're going to be exploring Middle-earth. And we will be having a blast doing it. So today, I'm here on my magnificent steed. This very large, Clydesdale. I do like him. He's very cool. But we are going to be basically traveling around and exploring a couple of locations. I actually thought today we might hit up looking around Bree-land, because I feel like we always go to some far-off location and we never really explore some of these really close to home where a lot of, even when we start, we don't explore the little back roads and little side roads and stuff. So we're going to go around Bree Town a little bit here and do a little bit of exploring around Bree itself and possibly into Cardolan a little bit. So the locations, that is what my goal is today. We'll have some fun. Welcome everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would. It'd be great indeed. I'm also going to just slightly adjust my camera there. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. Here we are in Middle-earth. I'm going to continue on riding this way. So one thing that's a little challenging sometimes with the Lord of the Rings Online is the day-night cycles. I would like to be able to do stuff in the daytime in the game, and sometimes it just doesn't work with timing of the stream. So we will do our best to keep up with that, though. Hello! Tips for new guard and new lore master. Oh, very nice. Well, lore masters are probably one of the most challenging classes in the game, even though they're very fun indeed. Guardians, there's a lot of stuff when it comes to tanking that you have to think about. I would start by learning how to learn about how the aggro system works to an extent, and like when you should be using your force taunts and when you shouldn't, to make sure you're keeping aggro for your team, meaning the enemies are attacking you and not your healer or your DPS damage person. That's something that's really important as the Guardian. If you're being a tank, usually you're going to be tanking as a Guardian. That's pretty much the main thing of the class. There is technically a damage DPS, which I'm actually in right now with my character, that you can use a two-hander. So absolutely you can do that too. You can be like an off tank as well. But cool thing about Guardians is they can actually block with two-handers if you trait correctly, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I would just keep that in mind. Lore Masters, they're a whole nother level of complexity. It depends on what you're doing. Are you just doing damage? You need to know your rotation of your skills and what skills trigger other abilities. Like, if you have Burning Embers on something, casting Lightning Storm, like, removes the embers, but does an extra, like, bleed effect. If you, like, the Ent Go to War ability in Redline will trigger extra damage if you've already hit someone with Earthshake. So, or Earthquake, is it just Earthquake? So there's a couple different things there. But really, there's a lot you're going to need to learn about with the Lore Master, as in if you're going to be supporting someone, or you're debuffing the enemy, or you're crowd controlling stuff. Again, take it little by little. Don't get overwhelmed. But it's definitely build up. Do small basic instances, basic stuff. Then you get to the more hard stuff. And of course, you'll have to learn the mechanics of that instance or raid, right? And that's a little bit more where the challenge comes in, because you're micromanaging many different things in your mind at once, but you'll get there. But I would definitely recommend knowing your rotations on what skills work with other skills in both Lore Master and Guardian. That's something to be important of just in LOTRO in general. Like, know that this skill upgrades this skill or activates this other skill, right? Know your rotations on how those work while you're fighting. Very important tip. That would be my biggest tip to you for both of those classes. Guardians, it comes to parrying and blocking effects. You can rotate them. Lore Masters, it's other abilities, like do certain things when another ability is already being cast on someone, kind of thing. Hello, Durin. Hello, Lord Kev. Hello, Emily. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. All right, let me bring this so I can read everyone's chat comments there. All right. So here we are at the nice little Pearson's Farm out here. It's actually very close to where we normally meet for our events, right? Which you guys probably all remember for our epic battle events and stuff. But it's a beautiful little area. And again, I am going to take you through this area. That's too slow. We're going to have to run normal speed. All right. Again, this is a spot, like, I feel like people, we never see this stuff. I'm going to ride through this field on my very tall horse. Try to give you guys good vantage points. Now, when I'm streaming, I am streaming this at very, very high quality in 2K and really high bitrate, but with anything, depends on your internet speed and also depends on the connection between us. But everything's working well. So sometimes I like to stop and kind of let you guys get a view of the area while it's not moving, because then you get the full depth of all of the pixels. All right, we're gonna run up to the top of this hill. So now entering the Chetwood Forest. But I do love these exploring Middle Earth. I did not do any in the last 6 months. So for the new year here, I was like, we're going to do one here. There's a beautiful shot. You can see all of Bree Town. In fact, I find this kind of cool because this shot looks very similar to the shot you see in the movies, if you guys remember the Fellowship of the Ring, and especially if you've watched the new remastered 4K version. They actually added some buildings in the background when they're walking away from Bree Town, up on the cliff with Aragorn and the 4 hobbits. And it's very interesting that it looks a lot like this, actually. This shot, I didn't really fully plan this spot, but it looks a lot like this with the beautiful, you can see the little town and a couple of buildings and the rolling green hills, and yeah, anyway, very pretty. We're going to go ahead and go along here. Now, one thing I'm trying to decide is if when it gets dark in about 30 minutes here in the game, what am I going to show you guys during that? That is what my mind will have to figure out. Welcome, this is Cardolan we just walked into. Technically, we just walked away from Bree-land. There is a beautiful area over here we can look at as well. In fact, something very interesting about this area is this is the backside of the homestead. So here on the left side, you can actually see the homestead. If we go around this corner, the Bree-land homestead, you'll be able to see the houses from this other side, which is kind of fun. Let's see if I can see over this edge. I believe there's a little bit of an invisible wall because it's the homestead basically has multiple dimensions so that everybody can get a house in the game. But it is right there. It is. There it is, my friends, right there. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. There's the backside of the homestead, of Bree-land homestead. You can even see some of the homes. I'm sure some of you own that house right there. And you can see one of the kin houses up there and a couple of other homes. Pretty cool. All right, we're gonna run up this hill and see if we can get a beautiful view of Cardolan before nightfall. I really like Cardolan. I think it's a beautiful new region. I feel like it's a region that's kind of underestimated. No, that's not the right term. Underrated? Maybe underrated. That's the term I'm looking for. It's really, really beautiful. And I feel like because it came out as a new low-level leveling area, it gets underrated because people don't really come over to it very often. But it's really pretty. I mean, look at this. So this is actually, this is a scary area. There's some ghost guys over there. But I want to go out to where I can get a good view for you guys on a mountaintop. And I'm pretty sure there's one over here that I will find. So, and I really am so glad that a lot of you guys enjoyed the Return to Moria episode yesterday that I'm starting the new series. Like, really enjoyed it. It's like 400 of you already watched it. So I appreciate that. Lots of great comments. All right, here's some beautiful views up here on this mountain ridge. See how high I can get up. It's a half orc. Also, the music I hope is fine with the volume. I have it down a little low because I was worried it would start blasting. Underappreciated. Yes, Lord Kev, thank you. Good afternoon, MR. Hello, hello. Welcome. You're just in time to see this beautiful view. All right, here it is. Well, I'm almost there, I guess. Cardolan, guys. The beautiful lands. Just south of Bree-land. So again, if you guys remember in the stories, this is where Boromir travels through to get to Rivendell. He also sadly lost his horse in the river. I don't know if that means it got swept away and it survived, or if it died. I don't remember that detail, but that's what slowed him down in the story to get there. Ah, here we go. This is the spot I was looking for. Ta-da! The beautiful valley of Cardolan. Look at that view. Whew! The fact that you can see a view like this in a video game is so cool. Just like, I remember when not very long ago, when I was a young child, there was not things like this. Anyway, that's beautiful. There it is. In fact, I'm gonna make it where you guys can get the full experience here. The land of Cardolan. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna run over to that fortress, and then we might double back to Oops, I might have broke my leg. That crack sound is a little too real. Hits a little too close to home for me in reality. I may have broken my ankle in high school. And that was the sound I heard in my ears. So whenever I hear it in the game, it's like, Lord Kev says I've rewatched the LOTRO Tale playlist because I needed my Voice of the Rings fix. I'm so glad you like it. Well, I put on the first episode of 2025 for a LOTRO Tale, which I know you already saw because you left a nice comment. But I will be making more of the LOTRO Tale series soon. Oh, look at that. There's actually going to be a glorious sunset here in a few minutes here in the game. Now it's just too quiet. Let's turn this up. There we go. Beautiful. The music gets too loud, let me know. I will bring back up the chat here in a minute, but I just wanted you guys to be able to get the full immersion of the screen. If you don't know how I do this, it's actually it's F12. Unless I switch it, it may be F11. But I think F11 is for screenshots. So F12 lets you get rid of your whole HUD, and I'm inside my character's head right now, so it gives us a very beautiful way to look at that. And also, you know what else I'm realizing? Well, as I look at this beautiful view, I'm glad you guys can't see this, but I need to clean my screen. I'm over here seeing like little dots on the screen from water and stuff. But you can't see that in the recording or the video stream. All right, let's go up to the fortress. A tour through Middle-earth. The best part is, man, I could tour through Middle-earth for 25 hours. Oh no. No, I should. If I ever do like some kind of special stream that's like 24 hours, I'll just have to like tour Middle-earth. I don't know if I can handle that. I feel like I would have to switch between different games to survive that long. As much as I love LOTRO, or at least do something action-packed like a raid. Alright, welcome to the Cardolan Fortress. We're gonna go up to its watchtower. And music gets pretty loud. Alright, I'm gonna bring back the chat up for you guys. There we go. Alright. Where is the... Out of my way, orc. The Watchtower! The Watchtower! We've made it! This is going to be a glorious sunset! Oh my goodness. A beautiful sunset over the great fields of Cardolan. Oh my gosh. It's glorious, you guys. It's glorious. Yeah, sorry, we're gonna remove the chat again there. It's glorious! Look at the sunsets. It's beautiful. Well, you see it's getting dark over there on the left. You got the little wispy clouds in the distance. I should double check that we've got the graphics all the way up just in case. Like, for distance. I think I do. Yes, I do. We're good. Probably could just sit here for like 5 minutes, but I don't think we'll sit here for 5 whole minutes, but... That is glorious. If that doesn't deserve a like on the stream or video, I don't know what does. It's a tour video, guys. It's a tour video. And then you can see over there is Bree-land in the distance. I think what we'll do is we're going to circle around Cardolan here. And then we will head back to Bree and possibly go through a little bit of the town and go through the... we're going to go through some of the side towns next to Bree. We're going to go through Comb and a couple of the different locations. What's up, Relics of Aura? Welcome to the stream. I assume that music is plenty loud, right? You could probably see the sky starting to change the hue and effect. If you wait like 5 seconds, watch the sky. See, notice how that's slightly getting darker on the sun's going down? That's pretty cool. Thanks, Lord Kev. Lord Kev says, I've been enjoying the details of how the office, my area here behind, has changed and morphed over the last 3 years. Yeah, it has a lot. And sometimes I'll add in little things that you guys can see, and then some things will disappear and stuff like that. Wow, it's neat. It's really cool to watch the effect in this game as the sun goes down. All right, well, with that, the beautiful fortress here. I think we're gonna keep moving now. If you guys are happy with that, I'm going to turn around here and we're gonna ride back through. Move on. I'll bring up the live stream again here on my camera. All right. Yes, there's a couple cool little items I thought partway through the stream. So let's say an hour into the stream, we'll do a little pause in our travels, and I will show you some cool items I got. They're really cool, so you may end up seeing them in the background. You might have saw the helm. Sorry, it's not a helm, but there's a helm there too. But the hammer of Helm Hammerhead. It's a very cool replica. There's the great fortress of Cardolan. This is Caranost, technically. The fortress. I like how the game flashed in front of me like, come on, Zollin, say the name right. Okay. And here's Sirlons. Some people here.
Greetings, traveler.
Oh, hello. I want to save these for later. In fact, I don't think I want to sell most of these things. Is this another player? Oh, it's a player. Almost fooled me. I thought it was an NPC for a minute. And then I was like, wait a second. That's another player. Hello there. There, just so people know, there are indeed other people online. And the world chat is chatting away right now, too. So, I just cover up the chat. It's behind my camera. Alright, beautiful card. Now, it is getting nighttime, so our vision from far away is going to lower. I still would love the ability to just for yourself in LOTRO set the time of day or night to what you want it to be, and also have some way to be able to take screenshots that aren't directly connected to your character. As in, like, you could move the camera a little bit, like go into like a screenshot mode and like take screenshots. And like if you get in combat, obviously it would turn off. You know, you disappear. But I just think that would be kind of cool. I think it would be a lot of extra work to add into the game, so honestly, I'm not gonna hold my breath or say that devs should have to do that or something. But it would be a cool addition to the game. I've been saying it for several years, and if they ever do, they can call it the Zollin cam. Just kidding. Just give it some silly name. Or the voice of the rings. Alright. So we're gonna ride back through the valley here. I think I'm gonna bring us back into Bree-land. Technically, this way we're going right now is going to lead us into the Lone Lands, but we will use that. We will go through the Lone Lands. Oh, there's the moon, by the way. Oh my goodness. The cat and the fiddle said, "Hey, diddle diddle." The cow jumped over that moon right there. Anyone know? Am I referencing? All right. Look at the moon. Oh, interesting. It's even half shaded. That's kind of cool. Now I'm like, I want to ride to the moon, guys. It looks like I can reach it, right? That would be funny. And anyway, what's up, everyone who just joined the stream? A couple of you did. Don't forget to throw a like on there if you would. It'd be amazing. I would love to see if we could get this stream to like 25, 30 likes before the end today. That would be great. I can't tell you guys enough. That makes a big difference on videos and streams. Whenever it gets to like 25, 30 likes, it seems like it does a lot better. Oh, there's the moon. Guys, the moon has come up. Wow, that's so cool. It's like partially dark, right? That's so cool. Would that be... Is it a waning moon if it's going skinnier, right? And then it's a... Obviously, it's like a half moon. What do you call that? It's not a crescent moon because that's... But waning and waxing. Waxing means... Does waxing mean it's going back to a full moon? I'm trying to remember. Or is it... And do you guys remember? Because there's waxing and there's waning, right? Hello, NO. It's a very relaxed, chill game. It really is. And you could make it if you want to be hardcore and stressed, like you could do that. You could go hardcore endgame raiding, like you could do that in this game. But I really think people are missing something if you don't enjoy the scenery in this game and the storytelling and the music and the sound effects. It's like you can get this relaxing ambiance whenever you want. And not just that, it's not something you're just looking at on the screen, which, by the way, those are wonderful, right? Ambience, things like that. But you can actually be your character and walk around in it. I know what you guys are saying. You're like, well, Zollin, you're still looking at a screen. Well, that's true. But you can project your mind into your fantasy character as you walk around in that world. And you're like, oh, I wonder what's over there. Well, normally if you're looking at a screen, you wouldn't be able to check. But if you're on your character, you can walk over to that spot. It's amazing. Okay, sorry, I'll stop. What's over here, guys? I don't know. Let's go look what's over there. I just think it's neat that your character is inside this 3D space in the video game. Again, granted, I know that looking at the screen is 2D, but that's not really how it works with screens, right? Because it's not what we call it if it's, whatever, it doesn't matter. You get my point. You all get my point. You don't get my point, well, that's on you. I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. I think by now most of my regulars know how Zollin jokes, so I don't need to explain it. All right, let's see here. There's a beautiful, what's that? There's like an old ruin right there. You know, one thing I didn't do is didn't brush my hair before I put my hat on, so I've got all my hair sticking out. Whatever. Looks more like a dwarf. There we go. Oh, pretty. It's a nice little ruin here in the middle of nowhere. This is a very fun chill stream. The last couple streams have been super fun. I thoroughly enjoy doing our kinship events and raiding, but it takes a little bit more out of you when it comes to the brain power, right? Now I can just chill and talk with you guys and look at Middle Earth, so I like to mix it up and do. We haven't done a tour in a long time, or I like to call them pack trips. You guys don't know what a pack trip is. It's usually when you have a horse or a mule, or a goat if you're a dwarf, and you travel through, aka a ram, probably a better term, but and you travel around, you know, do some adventure. I used to do this in real life a lot in the Sierra Nevadas. I actually had some friends that owned a pack station, it was called, and they would bring people up into the 11,000 feet elevation in the mountains for a week, you know, and they'd be camping up there and doing things. But it's pretty cool. Sometimes they would help fix bridges. Good example, here's a bridge straight in front of us. Might need some repairs there. And then as you can see here, welcome to the Lone Lands. There is the beautiful Weathertop, aka also known as Ironshield, the ancient watchtower of the Númenóreans, if you didn't already know. Also, there's a small bird flying right there by my mouse. Can you guys see my mouse? There's a bird above it. I don't know. Can you guys see my mouse? You can see the mouse, right? I think I have it on where you can see it. I'm not sure. Do I have on mouse tracking on my stream? I think I do. Again, it's a beautiful spot. I'll give you guys 10 points if you can find the Big Dipper. In the stars. It's pretty obvious. Eno says, yeah, I used to play in my main was a warden. Yeah, no, it's definitely fun to play with friends, Eno. You play on the server CrickHollow, we have a whole kinship, you could join us. This game is I use Lord of the Rings Online a lot of times as almost, you know, it's like an escape game too, right? Like now it's fun because I have, you know, I'm a guild leader, kinship leader. It's fun, there's like 50 of us actively playing. But, you know, back when for a while during when I was in high school and stuff, you know, I just get on to kind of go into Middle Earth and just kind of escape any stress of the week, right? It was really, it's always a nice thing for that. Yeah, so the Big Dipper is right here, just so we all see it. Little interesting thing, while we're looking at beautiful Ironshield there, interesting enough that Tolkien did use a lot of our night sky in Middle Earth, but does this necessarily mean that it is our Earth in the past? That is a very complex subject. Some people think absolutely, because he made a comment that someone asked him one time, would our Earth be the 7th age of Middle Earth right now? And he said, oh, it could be. He said in a note. But here's where I think there's a little bit of a contradiction there. clearly, because Tolkien never solidly wanted to say that, because realistically, there are some both positives and negatives, right, to being our Earth in the past, right? But the one for not being our Earth is that he actually asks, C.S. Lewis asks him, C.S. Lewis being one of his best friends who wrote Narnia, he asked him, hey, I have this thing called the Wood Between the Worlds, and it's all these little pools, and you can, like, teleport between universes and worlds and, like, dimensions through these pools. Do you think we could get from our world in reality to Middle Earth with one of these pools, right? And Tolkien basically said, yes. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Tolkien said, yeah, sure, why not? So that right there implies that Middle Earth is not our world. Or is it a different dimension of what our world, right? Like a multiverse, like has nothing to do with our world, right? Or anything that happened in our history. Those are both interesting theories, right? So either it could be a completely different planet, different world, different location, and our world exists in the same dimension, or it could be a separate dimension entirely, or multiverse, where it's our planet, but a totally different timeline, totally different history. What happened with us never happened there. Or it could be that it is our world in the past, right? So there's all these different ideas and fun theories on that, and I just think it's kind of cool. Anyway, moving on. So, but it's interesting because Tolkien kind of left it up in the air with all of them, because I don't think he wanted to solidly commit to any of those, because sometimes leaving it to our imagination of personal as the reader is one of the most ingenious ways to write something. And I have great respect for Tolkien in that way, because I think he nailed that very well. You play on Evernight. Nice, nice. Well, I mean, we can't play together then, but that's still awesome. Boom, boom, boom. So there again is the Great Fortress. Oh, there's a sign here. To the Trollshaws, to the Forsaken Inn, to Bree-land. I didn't want to go back to Bree-land, but I think we're going to go up on top of Amon Sul for fun. Interestingly enough, the moon is full now, which apparently works depending on where you are. I have a feeling the reason it's half full in Cardolan is because it's supposed to be a certain time of year, or I would assume when Boromir is traveling. And since they knew when Boromir was traveling in the books, and that's the main story in Cardolan, they probably put the moon to the correct time, knowing the LOTRO Standing Stones team, because they're like, I mean this completely positive, but they're like fastidious when it comes to following the lore. It's a complete compliment, by the way. But I have a feeling that that's why the moon looks different. And most likely the moon is full here in Weather Hills because, no doubt, it's when the Fellowship travels through, and I'm pretty sure they probably thought about that too. Unless maybe they just threw up a full moon. I don't know. It is cooler to have a full moon than not have a moon. But I'm pretty sure it was a full moon now that I think about it with the time. But guys, look at a waterfall. By the way, little secret. In case you didn't know, there's a hiding spot behind this waterfall. Genius. In case you're trying to hide from some orcs. Oh wow, that puddle was big enough to knock me off my horse, huh? It's a swimming puddle. Zollin's taking a little midnight swim inside some pool in full body armor. I don't know if that's a smart idea, Zollin. You're gonna sink to the bottom. All right, here we go. I'm gonna ride my Oryx up the cliff. Go, my little Oryx. Take me to the top. Alright. So there should be a spot for me to slip up the side here. Now, if you are not a knower of this, a longtime LOTRO player, on the server Landreval, since we were talking about servers, they do a big music event, which I covered this last year, in 2024. And I will try to cover it again in the future. But they do this big music event that right here they usually have like 300 or 400 people on top of Weathertop. Actual players, yes. And they do music. And the music system in Lord of the Rings Online is very, very cool. So if you do not know about it, it is awesome. I actually have a video on how to use the files to an extent. I don't know how detailed I go into it, but haven't watched. I'll have to go rewatch that video and see if I need to make an update. Oh, well, that's a bummer. Well, we're not going back up there. I guess that's the end of Weathertop from Zollin. Zollin falling off cliffs. Who would have guessed, guys? Who would have guessed? It's Zollin's one weakness is falling off cliffs in LOTRO. And apparently also in Return to Moria. But in Return to Moria, it's a little easier because your characters grab ledges when they're falling. So they tend to compensate for Zollin's one weakness of falling off cliffs. I don't know. Maybe it's a strength, guys. Maybe it's a strength. Maybe Zollin falls off cliffs purely to smack orcs in the head and do massive critical damage. My friend used to swear, like not with language, but like I know this is the case. But he used to be like, I know it. He's like, I know when you jump off cliffs in LOTRO, you get a better chance to crit. Like he thought for sure that was the case. And I will say, one time as a captain, he jumped off a cliff in player versus monster player at level 50, and he one-shot a guy with a super big crit, devastate. And it did try to almost convinced everybody. I say almost with a big wink. But it was pretty insane to watch someone from full health just get one shot at level 50. That was crazy. That was really crazy. But I don't think I saw that very many times. Like, the only times that would happen is like if a lore master did his lightning storm on like a warg that was low level back then. But he smacked him dead. Wargs and spiders are very squishy characters early on before they get their ranks. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go over this hill. Alright, and also I think I'm going to get back on my other mount because this one's a little noisy. I like my Homestead steed. Good horsey. And we're going to ride over this beautiful hill right here and see what we can see here at night over the fields of Bree-land. Hey guys, we're in the Midge-water Marshes. What do the mosquitoes get when they can't get Hobbit, guys? That's the question. Hello, Angus. Had a great Christmas. I hope you did too. All right, here is the water marshes. So this is where the hobbits traveled through, technically coming from that direction past us, right? And they traveled with Aragorn. You get a little tiny glimpse of it in the Fellowship of the Ring movie, but a lot more detail, obviously, in the books. The extended edition actually has a extra edition where it shows Aragorn talking with Frodo, and he's actually like has a deer, and he actually like fillets the deer with his little special knife. Which, a little fun fact, Aragorn actually asked to have that extra knife slot on his sheath for his sword, so it's a sheath for a sword, but also has a sheath for a knife hooked onto the scabbard, the sheath. And he thought it would be cool because he's a ranger to use it, which is really awesome. I don't know if they ever made that version of the scabbard for like use, because I have the scabbard, I think, for the sword. Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't. I should double check. But just kind of cool little side note. And no, it's not the sword that he fights the Uruk Lurtz with. That one, not that one. It's a little tiny dagger. It's like a little skinning knife, basically. That was on his sword. Oh, look at that. We got a beautiful little river. All right, well, we're going to follow along these mountains right here. Oh, can I cross there? That's the real question. I don't know if I can cross there. Guess we'll find out. What do you do at level 150 endgame? What's to do? Well, there's quite a bit to do, and it depends on how much you want to do, really. There is a lot of instant stuff endgame for like getting up some of the best gear and doing your like dailies and stuff. I'm gonna have to go down to the Midge-water Marsh, I think, to cross here. I actually have some videos on some of it. Hello, Reb. Welcome to the Midge-water Marshes, everyone. We're down here. Gotta watch out for the mosquitoes. And also these giant guys. Look at how big he is. That guy's no joke right there. No joke whatsoever. But really, there's a lot of instances in raiding. They've done some updating to player versus monster player, and you do have to get special gear to really play in the player versus monster player zone, because you really need the what's called an audacity, and it makes sure it helps you not get CC'd and a couple other buffs. It's pretty important. The mustering cave. I don't remember this here. What is this? Oh, this is one of the story caves, isn't it? Oh, Mundo, you're still here. I thought I saved you like years ago. Why are you still laying on the ground? MMOs. Okay, Mundo, you really gotta, you gotta be okay, man. Come on. Rub some stone on it. You'll be fine. It's one of those story modes. It's funny. Sometimes those won't let you go in if you don't have the corresponding quest. But apparently, I had the corresponding quest. Anyway, I could go into it for like 30 minutes on endgame content, but I really don't want to go too much into that right now because that'll just take up all of the what is it called? What is it called when it takes up radio waves? There's an old term. The bandwidth, not the bandwidth. That's for internet. The airwaves. That's it. You don't want to take up all the airwaves. Yeah, that's an old term. Okay, but mainly there's a lot of stuff for getting your gear. There's daily stuff for crafting. There's daily stuff for doing delvings. There's daily stuff for regular instances. There's daily stuff for doing even like different instances and raids and the events for like the Yule events and cosmetic things you can get and stuff like that, or end game actual content. And then there's player versus monster player. And then there's like just doing challenges, increasing the tiers of raids with your fellows and trying to beat certain things. Like kind of like, it's like, that's how you get your challenges in. You can see, we tried tier 2, the Storm Dragon the other day in a stream. That's freaking hard. Oh my gosh, that is a hard instance of tier 2. If you have all the best gear in the game and you're all like, it really well, I'm sure it's not nearly as challenging, but we've been learning it as a group. And it's a challenge. So I'm over here stealing all the copper I see for crafting. So anyway, this is the Midge-water Marshes here next to Bree-land. I feel like we never explored these areas. This is one of my favorite forests, by the way, in the whole game right here. This is the, I think it's the Chetwood Forest, right? Yeah, Chetwood Forest. And it is huge and also has some awesome music at night. So let's turn that up. Play that guitar. Play it. Alright, welcome to the Chetwood Forest. There is some stuff, sometimes you'll be in here there's the Forester event for the whole server, which I believe happens just over here on the left somewhere. Look at this Blackwood Scout. Anyone here? Don't you hear the giant horse right behind you, lady? Alright, bite her hair. Bite her hair. Just kidding. Alright, she's too low level to recognize that I'm a threat. Or I guess that I am a threat, so she won't fight me. Ooh, rich copper deposit. Yes, please. Alright, sorry, I'm over here. We're doing a tour. We're not mining. I'm a dwarf, guys. I'm gonna mine things when I see it. Alright, so again, this is a beautiful forest. It's actually not too bad to see at night either, though it's really pretty in the day because there's light streaming through the canopy. There's a deer. Oh dear. Oh, there it goes. Goodbye, doe. Alright, so this is somewhere a lot of you probably have been. It's the Blackwold headquarters. It's an old fortress. Spy inside. You can see him in there. Just chatting. Look at those lazy bones right there. Ooh, All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna head north. Or actually, you know what? Are we gonna head north? Yeah, we're gonna go around that lake, and then I think what we'll do is we'll head south, and then we'll go along Archet and stuff and see Comb. We can't actually go into Archet from the angle from the top, so we'll have to go along the wall. So I'm just gonna go straight across to the lake. How long did it take you to get to max? Dark Evil asks. It's a really good question. Because when I first did my leveling for my character, I did it, you know, over the expansions coming out. So from doing like level 1 to 150, I don't think I've ever like done that yet. Because I've been playing the game since it came out. So I like was leveling in chunks over time. I would assume if you were working really hard to focus on leveling, that you could probably get from 1 to 150 if you're really committed in like a month. That's my guess. Like we're talking you play like maybe like 2 or 3 hours a day. So what's the math on that? If you got 30 days times 3, right? So is that 300 hours? Right? It sounds like maybe you could probably do it less. You could probably do it in less than that. There's a couple ways to make it faster. There's a couple ways to do some tricks to make it faster. Certain areas you can kind of grind and stuff and things like that. If you're just doing the generic quests and stuff and trying to kind of complete everything, it's going to not be as fast. But if you're doing like the daily, or not the daily, sorry, if you're doing the main chapters and kind of following them at the right level and then moving on if you hit a certain level, you could definitely probably get it done even faster than that. But I'm assuming, I'm curious what like the world record is in LOTRO of leveling speed from getting 1 to 150 without like cheating. Like by cheating, you can't really cheat in LOTRO to level up. What I mean is by using like a level boost or using experience boosters, right? Now, technically as a VIP, if I wasn't max level already, I'd get this blue rested experience. By the way, here's the backside of Archet. Just little, you guys started here as a player. It's the backside. You can't get in from here, but it's just kind of cool. Can I get in from here? Wait a second. Can I get into Archet by jumping this wall? I take it back. I'm now in Archet. I did not realize you could do that. I was just thinking because it's normally an instance location. Hey, look, new player. Great to see. Great to see. Just starting the brand first quest, level 6. Usually you start from getting level 1 to 5 by doing the intro story. And Archet is like its own dimensional world. Then when you're done, at the end of the story, you pop out here. And Archet's all kind of burnt up because of the story. I don't want to tell you spoilers, though. And then the stories are really cool. And then you keep going from here. But this is also where you can start doing the difficulties of the worlds. This is another challenge. If you're someone who wants a challenge, you can make the game far more difficult with this. Do not get confused. This is world difficulty. This is not the same thing as delving difficulty or tiers and instances. Those are different things, okay? This is the world where you travel around difficulty. You need to accept one of these before level, I think it's 10?
Stay a moment.
Completing this quest before level 11 will begin the deed. Okay, before level 11. All right, so that's really important. So there's really, I could make the land difficulty more difficult for Zollin for fun with this, but why would I if I can't get my deed? Just kidding. So it can get very, very challenging though. Basically Sauron tries to nuke you all the time. So like if you're fighting a mob, something will like attack you, and then suddenly out of the blue, like a big fire pillar will just hit you and do a bunch of damage. So we call it Sauron nuking you.
What can I do for you?
That's kind of our LOTRO joke. At least that's what I call it. Maybe other people don't call it that. I don't know. Maybe that's a Zollin thing. I think I've heard other people say that too, though. So, but I called it the first time I saw it because this is what it felt like. Just big pillar of fire hits you. You're like, oh my gosh. So anyway, this is Archet. You've all seen this. We're gonna get out of here quick. If you've ever played the game, I guess if you've never played the game, you wouldn't have seen it. So, welcome. This is the intro area for humans and hobbits. Humans and hobbits alike start in this area. Dwarves and elves start in Thorin's Hall, Thorin's Gate area. And technically, Bjornings get teleported to Archet 2, I believe, after they finish their intro in the Vales of Anduin, from what I remember. High Elves, I think, join in Thorin's Gate at a point, too, but I don't remember that for sure. Or Kellum did. Alright, so this is Comb. This is what I wanted to explore today. Comb is a nice little village that you come into right after you finish leveling up. It's a very pretty spot, but a lot of people have not seen a lot of the areas around it, so we're going to go ahead and explore a little bit. So if we go this way, there's actually something quite cool down here at the end of the road. It's like a pretty little pond with a house. There's another player. Just like to point out, I'm playing at a random time of the day, so we've seen like 3 or 4 players in random locations. So someone asked me one time in a comment, do you see people like out and like leveling and like... Like, yes you do. Alright. Here is a quaint little town by this little pond here, which you can see the stars reflecting in, which I think is pretty cool, actually. Look at this reflection. Oop. Whoops. Kind of hard to... Oh, there we go. See? You can see the stars reflecting in it. There's the stars. It's pretty. I like the stars in this game. I think they're really, really pretty. Angus says, I'm Lord of War. I don't know what game that is, Angus. You're level 61? Cool. And you're enjoying Return to Moria too. That's awesome. Nice. Very nice. Are you saying Lord of War or are you saying Rise to War? Like the phone game. The Lord of the Rings one. But yeah, Return to Moria too. That game is super fun. I love the game. Don't get confused, by the way, if you're a LOTRO player. They've just updated the Legendary servers, and they're calling it the Return to Moria update. And by the way, Lord of the Rings Online actually called the first expansion Return to Moria like 12 years ago. So that is something LOTRO used to use as a term, but I don't want to confuse people with the new name Return to Moria, the standalone game that is the survival game that I also cover on the channel. Both amazing games. All of them. Phone game. Okay, Angus, you're talking about Rise to War, which is the third game out of the games we're talking about. And that is the phone game. And I enjoy that game a lot too, but that game's not going to be for everyone, I know. Just because it's a phone game. But it's pretty fun too with some friends. Very nice. So you're level 61 with your ring power. Nice. Yeah, Emily, that would be awesome. Alright, so let's keep traveling here. A little bit more here. In about 2 minutes, guys, I want to show you a couple cool items that I have got that I want to show you here on the channel. Let's look around Comb for a minute more here, though. Also, let's look at the tavern. In fact, maybe in the tavern we can chill and I can show you the items. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go to the Comb Tavern. So, you got a little bit of town here. All these people coming in from Archet. It must be the awful lonely place these days. Gosh, he seems a little too grumpy about that, doesn't he? But yeah, dig it. I'm sorry to say it, but troubling times are always good for business. Wow, well, he just said it publicly, out loud. I guess he looked like maybe he's a hotel guy or something. So technically you could like go back here behind the buildings. I always love that you can like go behind things in Lord of the Rings Online, like in many places, and like look what's behind them. It's something in a lot of other games, anything just outside of MMOs, where it feels like a lot of times you're like, well, oh, this is kind of cool. They added this. This is new. This wasn't here in the past. This sign and stuff. What does it say? Crafting hall. Oh, sweet. It's a crafting hall. But yeah, like, for example, in any other game that's not an MMO, this wall would be like unpassable, right? And you could like go in and that's it, right? And there'd be no way to get behind the house. But like in an MMO, you're like, whoop, what's back here? Oh, not much. It's a bunch of bushes, but I can go back here, right? I think that's fun about MMOs in general. Most games will just like block you off from that area, but not MMOs. Did that light just go off in the house? Wasn't that? Am I getting psyched out right now? Wasn't that just on lit up? No, it wasn't, right? I don't think it was. I think it's my mind. All right, welcome to the crafting hall. Hey, another player, new Bjorning player. All right, I like the fact that it's nighttime outside, but the light's streaming it. They do that because they don't want it to be dark in here for crafting. That would be annoying. All right, welcome to the little crafting hall. What's back here? Oh, it's a random room. Where are the mice? Just kidding. They must have a very good cat or dog taking care of the mice. It's like my dog Sandy. I pray for the mouse that he gets a hold of because it's dead. All right, what is happening right now? That was so weird. Whee! Oh, my horse is sliding. Interesting. So over here is the normal crafting event in Comb. This is where you normally do the crafting event down here in Chetwood. So we did a big full circle, by the way, if you guys want to know where we went. So we started in Bree-land, right here, by this lake. And we went down, and we went through these little mountain pass, and then we went through this pass right here to Cardolan. And then we went right by here, and went by the little homestead on the backside, and we went up along this ridge until we got to Cardolan, and this is where we looked over the beautiful valley, the Ruddy Moor, and we saw the sunset. And then we went down on the back here and went up this area and went into the Lone Lands. All right, and then we kept going here. Oh, sorry, we came out actually here, right here. Saw the Lonely Mountain. Sorry, not the Lonely Mountain. Weathertop. Lonely Mountain's a very different place. And then we went along here, and then we went up onto it, right past the little river, the little pond with the waterfall. And then we jumped down, and we rode along here, up this way. We traveled through over here, went along the Midge-water Marshes, through the Chetwood up to here, went like this, jumped into Archet, went down, and then saw Comb in this lake. So that's what we've explored. I'm gonna go down here and explore Staddle and stuff. Let's get rid of the icon so you can see. We're gonna go through Staddle and just kind of explore this area, and we'll like finish up looking around in Bree-land for fun. So that's where we've been so far. Hello, Red. Have you ever noticed in the starting area in Archet, you see ladies look out from the upper windows? Oh, I think I've seen that, but that's interesting. I don't know if I have, like, I'm trying to think if I've seen that, like, in my mind. In my mind's eye. I think I've seen that once or twice. That's really cool, though. I did not realize that they did that. We might have to check that out sometime. Did you guys see it when I passed by, when I looked around the buildings? Maybe I just didn't look straight at it. Another player. Another player. I'm just pointing this out. I just want everyone to realize that we've ran into like 6 players in the last 30 minutes, so. And remember, this is kind of the middle of nowhere. The trading hall, well, it's not the middle of nowhere, but the time of day I'm playing, there's not a lot of people on usually on the server at this time of day. Which is also sometimes works. It just depends. How many people are on our kinship, though? Oh, look at this. Look how many people are online on our kinship. Look at this. Oh my gosh, there's 6 of us. It's amazing. All right. This is another crafting area. All right. Ooh, is that a door I can go in? No, okay, never mind. Nope. It's locked. All right, let's go to this is the trading hall. That used to be really needed a lot, but they've made it where you don't need to go to trainers anymore to set up your skills. Back in the day, I don't know why I'm running in place. That's so funny. I haven't seen that in a long time. Back in the day, so how do I gotta describe this for fun real quick. If you guys are longtime players like me, veteran player from the very beginning, when you made your character, as you leveled up, you would get new skills. So sometimes they would pop on, but usually they wouldn't just pop up on your screen. So like, if I'm trying to remember, like level 8 as a guardian, you didn't get sweeping. You'd hit level 8, and then you'd have to go to your class trainer, and you'd have to pay silver and copper to train from them, and the skill would then appear in your skill tab, this, and you drag and drop and put it on. Okay, now when you hit that level, it just appears, right? And the only thing you have to worry about is getting trait points. So it's a whole new system from back when the game first came out, right? And then when you trait certain ways, you get other skills, right? But you used to have to pay silver and copper to actually train to get your skills. So trainers were really important. Like any of the ones that they're still used for certain things, but like they were really, really important because you had to always go to a trainer once you hit a few certain levels. So like the Guardian trainer, and you'd have to say train Guardian skills. But if you notice, this panel is still here, but will no longer ever really be needed. I don't think. Unless you get a passive. I'm trying to remember if you even have to get anything from this. I think this just here because why delete it? Just be extra work. But you do need to go to the shop still sometimes to buy certain crafting things. If you want to craft like shield spikes or stuff. The best defense, I think you still have to buy these to finish the one thing, or do you? The book automatically starts a class deed when consumed. Yeah, so you come and buy it to start a class deed. So I already have them all. But and the Shield Maiden's song. But which by the way, interestingly enough, Shield Maiden's song is a hint to the Shield Maidens of Rohan when this game came out 17 years ago. Okay, so like again, remember Tolkien is the one that made up the Shield Maidens, which is why I thoroughly enjoyed the War of the Rohirrim. It was such a refreshing difference from other adaptations we've had recently. But the War of the Rohirrim was really good. It was very well done, and but that's definitely it's a very Tolkien thing, the Shield Maidens stuff, and it makes it very clear that there's not that many of them, and the reason that they really started at the first place, which the War of the Rohirrim speaks on a little bit, was because a lot of the male soldiers had died. They went to war and died, or were wounded or gone. And there was like no one left to defend the home or the children. So the girls basically took up swords and shields and started training and defended their land, which is realistic the next step, guys. There's no one there. Now you got to protect yourself, right? So I really think the story of the Shield Maidens is very realistic and very cool. It's a very cool story that Tolkien wrote. Again, it's a small side story. It's not a main arc in the storytelling, but obviously that's what Tolkien hints at then as one of the main characters being Éowyn. Obviously, some people call her Eowyn, but I like to say Éowyn. For the Lord of the Rings that helps kill the Witch King, with Merry's help, of course. The Hobbit. But, yeah, just a fun side note. I think they're cool. Reminds, again, I like to brag sometimes that my mom and sister kind of remind me of the Shield Maiden whole arc. They're very outgoing. They love horses. They're very, that kind of stuff. My sister loves to do archery and all this other stuff. Yeah. All right. So with that, welcome to the Comb and Wattle Inn. What a name. The Wattle Inn of all things. Oh, you look like you waddled in from someplace. Sir, don't you ever say that to me again. I like the music, though. Really happy theme song. In fact, I don't think I remember this anywhere else. It's really awesome. All right, so Bach, Block, Clock. Why is there a chicken here? Who brought the chicken in? Can we see your LOTRO house, Zollin? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can go there. Yeah, we could do that. For sure. We count that as a tour of Middle-earth. I wanted to show you guys something real quick. Let's 5 minutes. I want to show you this real quick. And then we'll go over and check out my house. Though I do want to see Staddle. Okay, so 5 minutes. I want to show you something I got here. Okay, I'm going to bring out the camera big. And then we're going to go look at Staddle for like 5, 10 minutes. Then we'll go to my house. And I'll give you a tour of that area too, if you'd like. One sec. All right, there we go. There. Now my hair doesn't look quite as crazy. All right. Two things I want to show. Well, technically it's 4 things, but anyone Naruto fans? My for Christmas, my friend. You guys all know Night Chaos, right? From my Return to Moria series. Well, if you watched it, watch that. He got me this. It's pretty amazing. It's little Naruto, and he's supposed to sit on this bench, and he's like eating noodles. It's really good though. He's like, this just reminded me of you, and I was like, oh, thank you. I actually did watch this in high school, so the Naruto little anime character, and he's like eating some ramen there. Basically, that's what's going on. Yeah. So anyway, it's that was a nice gift. Whoop. Put that back, but that's not really what I was going to show you, but I just thought I would since it was sitting here, and it was a very nice gift. So, Lord of the Rings stuff. I got this! Ho ho! There. Rohan still stands! Pretty nice shirt. I got it big, so it would be comfortable. I like it. So anyway, that one's really cool because this is the only time you're ever going to hear Zollin say this, because I really like very clean, but he was a badass, so I had to get a shirt. That's like the only time I ever use that word. All right. All right, so then I also got this. Also, do we have this epic music in the background? Oh, sweet, good. Okay. Helm Hammerhand. This is just mainly for collection. It's pretty much a toy, but I had to get it. So, if you notice, there is a head of the snow troll, and it says you can collect all of them to get the full body of the snow troll. So, by the way, a little quick shout out. This is perfect timing. Not that I planned this, but it's good timing. Reb is here. Reb gave me a birthday present for my birthday live stream, and that was why I was able to get these. So thank you, Reb. And then here is what's his name, and the bottom of the snow troll. You can see it's huge. So I'll probably take them out carefully later because I do want to see what they look like out of the box. And then of course there's Hera and the body of the snow troll. And then I think the last one is Wolf, and it's not here yet. I don't have it yet, but it is the arms, the snow troll. So. Pretty awesome. I think they're cool. I just thought I'd show you guys real quick. So, that's some cool items that I got that I will probably make review videos of, but if you guys are here for live streams, sometimes you guys get some sneak peeks. You see what I did there? It was a great incentive to make you come live. I'm just kidding. No, but I just like to show you guys because it's fun. Mint shirt. Yes. Yeah, the shirt is... I like the shirt a lot. It looks really good. It has that new shirt smell. I always love that, like, clean, new shirt smell. It's probably got lots of dye, which I'll probably wash it first because I'm allergic, because it's probably always good to rinse something. The thing is, I might have to be really careful because I don't know how good quality the print is, because it wasn't a really super expensive shirt. Could have just got lucky. Maybe it is good print, but I don't know. I'm debating on when I wear this, if I'm just gonna like take it to get dry cleaned, or if I'll just like spot clean it, you know? Just clean like the inside and don't touch the picture. You know, I don't know. It's just so much extra work to do that. I like it. Never wash it, Hayden says. Yeah, I know. Oh, I might just take it to get specially cleaned. It just costs money. I don't have that much sometimes. All right, so anyway, back to the other screen. Here we go. I clicked the wrong button there. Livestream starting soon again! Alright. So, with that, let's go ahead and get out of here, out of this tavern. And we will check out the... Oh, by the way, I recommend to the Standing Stones team, a lot of those images they have for loading screens, I've always liked the images, but I feel like they should get the same shots again with the new visuals and upload them with the new visuals. Because a lot of the shots are a lot older. That one looked newer, though, the way it looked. It looked good. But it just depends. Maybe they have updated some of them, and I just didn't know. All right, so we've got the... is this the Apothecary? What is this called? Oh. Cartwell the Leecher. What's a leecher? I know that's some medieval term for medicine, right? What's a leecher? A leecher is someone who takes advantage of others without giving anything in return. Wait, seriously? Why is this guy... Wait, what? That's the right spelling? What? Is that word changed over the years? That's hilarious. So this guy, Cartwell, the Leecher. So Cartwell, the guy that takes advantage of people, is what that translates to. A Leecher is someone who download... Oh, no, that's different. A Leecher is someone who takes advantage of other person's gain, often without giving anything in return. What? This is Cartwell the Leecher. Man, don't go to this guy. Freaking takes advantage of you. What a jerk. Alright, so here's one of the little towers. So I found this very interesting, right? So this looks like to me like a guardhouse, right? But I've always thought, like, is this something that they did in history? Because there's no wall. Like, I'd assume there'd be a wall to these rocks, right? Again, granted, you could probably climb over, right? Oh, bumblebees. Hello there. Ride through the bumblebees. I'm sure it'll be okay. So anyway, this is a nice area here. All right. So basically that is all of Comb right there. Yeah, so I felt like this tower always felt a little bit out of place. But maybe it's more of just a watchtower, right? Like 2 people live there and they watch this area. Maybe that's all it's supposed to be for. Just a guard tower. All right. So we're into Staddle. That enters into Bree-land, right? Or Bree Town, excuse me. We're in Bree-land. So this guy always has a cart here. Fortunes aren't made in hobbit holes, at least. That's what my dad always said. Well, maybe. I do remember a time with my sister. She logged in several times, and she was like right here by Staddle. And she was just slaying these bears for like 2 hours. She slayed these bears for like 2 hours. I remember, and I'm like, sister, are you still killing bears? And she's like, yep, still killing bears. I'm like, are you collecting the hides? And she she was like, yeah, for crafting or something. And then she's like, also I just like killing them. She just like fought these bears for 2 hours learning her character. This is when she was really young. This is a long time ago. Because when I started this game, I was a really small kid. So you can imagine. So, but yeah, I just remember. That's a good memory. It was funny. It's interesting how you can have memories with your friends in certain spots, even in a video game. I remember too, like 2 years ago, I actually got to hang out with my friend Rataldo, who actually, I think gets on from time to time still. And we actually, right here, did a little event and ran around together more recently. So anyway, this is Staddle. I think that's how you say it. Staddle? Staddle. I think it's Staddle. S-T-A-D-D-L-E. Staddle? Yeah. Oh, they used leeches. You're right. You're right. Leeches to clean wounds. That's true. That's true. I didn't even think about the animal. I was just thinking about the term what a leecher is. Because that's what a leecher is. Okay, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Alright, we bounce back for a second to that conversation. If he's the leecher, he's probably cleaning wounds with a leech, which I've heard different cases on. They think it helped sometimes, and it definitely didn't help at other times. Alright. Oh, Weapons and armor shop. I like these old images too. You know what this reminds me of? This image reminds me of those the tapestries from like medieval and Renaissance eras. They're like actually real drawings and tapestries in real life. That's what that gives me, that feel. I think that's kind of interesting how they did that. In fact, in college, I did one of my big papers on not that in particular. It was gold. Gosh, what's the term? Leaflet? No, that's not the term. It's the gold they would press into like all the different really fancy books or like different Bibles and stuff. Gold leaf? Is it called gold leaf? That's not the term. I'll remember in a minute. All right. Anyway, this is a beautiful spot. I don't know if Stereo, are you still here? Studios. We're gonna go over to my house in a second. So anyway, this is pretty much Staddle is a very small town, and it's pretty much it's a hobbit and human village. So pretty much these are a bunch of hobbit holes out here, and this is pretty much it. This is Staddle. They're basically hobbits that live right next to Bree. The crops are coming in this year. Oh, that's good. I like how NPCs will just talk to you randomly when you walk by. Yeah, anyway, that's about it in this area. There's also another star formation there. What's going on there? I'm not sure which star formation that is, but there's actually a couple you can see. Pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go into Bree-land, and then we're gonna go over to my house. Right along this pretty little road here. And then we're gonna ride into Bree-land, Bree Town, excuse me, I keep saying it wrong. The Staddle Gate. Staddle's basically just like a tiny satellite town, pretty much. All right, and I'm sure you've all been in Bree, unless of course you're watching and you're just one of my usual watchers and you don't actually play the game, which again, that is just fine. I highly recommend the game, but if you just like to watch my channel because you like to watch me walk around in the game, that is totally cool, and I'm glad you're here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, there's another player running around with their goats. All right, so I think what we'll do now is we will, in fact, why don't I go ahead and show you the Bree Town Hall. The Bree Town Hall. This is where you can come to make your surname,
what can I do
or
for you
your
today?
kinship. That's your clerk of kinships right there. And this lady this nice lady right here, Miss Bonnie Milkweed. She's the notary. She's how you do your surname, and also how you do your relationships if you have children or whatever. Don't ask. I'm just kidding. The reason these two people, I don't even know if they still play. You can actually technically make like a family tree. I have a video from a long time ago I did on it under biography, and there's like you have to make sure you're the right generation and stuff. I should probably copy and paste some of this stuff and then redo this, just like for old time's sake. Should probably roleplay more with that. But anyway, you can. I think it's horrible that you have children and this is what the word they use to undo it instead of just like cancel. I don't even want to say it on stream. It's so sad. It's like, no, you can't do that. Anyway, these are both grown. This Ocker was a dwarf guardian, and Cetus was a. Was it a human? Was he a human guardian? Anyway, there were two friends I used to play with a lot back in the day. And we did this as a joke one day. So this is where you do your surname. Anyway, there you go. You got some fun stories. All right, and then up here you got some guys sleeping and a bunch of armor, which actually looks kind of awesome. The Bree-land Armory and all their packs. Whoa, interesting. It's like a door on the roof. It looks more like it's a trap door, but it looks like a regular door. Hello there, sir. Hear ye, hear ye. Zollin has driven the evil ghosts from our alleys. Did I? It's been a while. Oh, look at that image. That's pretty cool. That's pretty. Huh. I don't even know what it's from. He's got so many books and scrolls. This is, by the way, the mayor of all of Bree. Mayor Grammy, or whatever his name is. Tenderlands, Lawrence. What a name. And there is an image of Weathertop. At least way back in the day. Yep, so there we go. The Bree Town Hall, my friends. So with that, we're going to go over to my house because Studio's asked. Yes, it is very, I agree with you, Studio, indeed. It's very nice. It's very aesthetically pleasing. This is a very good term. It just makes you feel like you're inside a town. And there's things like, you know, even the wall. Like, look at this. They, like, someone, when they put this house together, they're like, let's do some cool designs on this. It just looks cool how they did things. Sure, granted, maybe in the future they'll do some updates on certain things. I think they actually have updated some of these stones. Oh, you can go down this spot? Oh, cool. There's some moths around the light. It's interesting because you can see where some things have been updated and some things haven't with textures. Like, they've updated this grass. Like, this rock really hasn't been updated since the game came out. I think they've updated these ground tiles a bit from what I remember. These wall tiles might actually been updated, but if you notice, you can find out when you go into little cracks, because obviously they're not expecting people to do this. But of course, Zollin, you know, the guy streaming, they're probably like, stop it, Zollin. You know, you can go and find little spots. Like, this graphically looks good, but then you could be like, oh, this one looks a little like it needs to be updated, right? Like the different texture levels. Obviously, this grass is new. That wasn't there back in the day. So that's kind of cool. They just put some grass here to make it look like weeds in the cobblestones. It's just cool. I like things they do like that. You know? Again, there was never moving grass back when this game came out. All of that is new. Like this bench looks really high texture resolution. See along the lighting here? Also, the shadow looks awesome from the tree from the moon. But the texture along here, that is really good resolution. Like, compared to some things. So they've definitely done a lot of updates in Bree over the time. It's neat to see how their team does that, because they have to go and like paint the textures, right? You can even see these rocks have been texturally upgraded. Maybe even a little bit better than that dirt right there, right? You can almost see the difference, even though it's, if you're walking past it, no one's gonna ever notice. But, you know, if you're me, you got a microscope, you know. That's what I do. And also, look at that water. So much better. The horses have been upgraded too, like updated. Like they look furrier, less just flat, plain shapes. They look like they actually have hair growing on them. So they've worked a lot on that stuff. This is the Dwarven quarters, the Darrow ward. Some dwarves live here. The smoke coming out. It's cool. The chimneys and the lighting. It's just really cool. I really like Bree. I feel like I haven't given enough love in my review. I mean, my tour and pack trip videos. But yeah, there's a beautiful shot of Bree right there. There, if I go like this and remove this for a minute. There. Bree. Glorious. And we're going to teleport to my house. Enjoy it for a moment before we teleport. Look at that guy riding off into the distance. And we're off. All right. We're at my home. Welcome, everyone, to the Linsby Homestead. Now, my house normally has a roaring waterfall sound because of this. I have it turned off because it's too loud. Now, I have a special lighting effect called Durin's Day, so it always looks like 6 o'clock when the light's coming down. I really like it. But Again, normally you'd hear more than just a little trickle of the river. There's actually 8 sound effects happening here at the water. There's an amazing thing, if you don't know about it, called filters. I have a video guide on it if you need it. But you can see here with the counts, I have filtered a bunch of fireworks sound effects that are just too loud from streams. Also, that music is going to get very loud, so we're going to turn that down a little bit. And I've also filtered out these VX effects and a couple different effects here for the account. And for my personal character, you can see right here, waterfalls. And in fact, I'll go ahead and add them back in. And that's why, right there. And we're going to record, and we're going to remove that because it's loud. Reason why I removed the waterfall effects, right there. Perfect example. I'm sorry about your ears. How loud that was. But yes, the waterfalls are really loud. And unfortunately, there is good settings with the audio. You could do different things. But waterfall is just sound effects, which means any sound effect gets brought down, including your walking and everything else. So I like to just remove it with the filter so that I can still hear all my other sound effects. Right? Though I will say it is fun to hear the waterfall from far away. It's just not right when you're next to it. Alright, so then this is my house here. So I basically own this entire little valley. Pretty much everything to this rock wall here. I own this entire area. And then all the way up, basically where this entrance starts, and all the way up the pathway. Look at the clouds. Yes. The clouds are glorious. They look very nice. And now I can show you the actual, because it's this is only something you do at your premium houses, okay? This is not the regular homes you can't do this at. Which again, the regular homes are wonderful too. I have one as well. But the premium house, you can actually adjust the environment settings. So I'm actually gonna take off the last light of Durin's Day, and you guys can see the effect's gonna change. And this is what it actually looks like right now with the world clock. Okay? So this is the actual what it looks like time of day right now. So the sky, remember we just left, it was nighttime, right? When we were in Bree. Now we're at the right time of day. So I've got a little ballista right here. Can I use that ballista? No way. I didn't know that was usable. It's too far away though. Let's bring it closer. Oh, well that's gonna be really hard to click. Never mind. Not doing that right now. Anyway, I have a ballista there, just in case I want to shoot down a dragon or something, try to stack my house. Never know. And then we have this giant dwarven thing, which I actually have sunk into the ground. It actually has a platform normally, but I decided I wanted just grass, so I sunk it into the ground. So I've got a little pool thing back here. You can kind of be in the water slightly. If you're really being cheeky with hide and seek, you can lie down in this pool. Like, good luck someone trying to find you. Oh. It's not working. There we go. Good luck trying to find a dwarf. Should take off all my blue armor and then it would really be hard to find me. So then I've got a little stable over here. I've got a little house. It's like a little hobbit house, but it's for my hedgehog. Yeah. Can I, like, interact with this thing? Yeah, there he is! There's my hedgehog! Hello, Oliver! How are you doing? Hello, Oliver. How's it going? Oliver the hedgehog, guys. There he is. Here's another one. This is Olivia, the other hedgehog. So here, this is their little area back here. They get to chill. And then I've got a stable for my guardian steed and some hay. And I got this one pretty white, beautiful ram here. And then right here, I have a giant sword of the Belrog our team destroyed in a raid. Tharlock, I think is his name. Yeah, Tharlock. You can walk up to it and see how ridiculous this blade is. It's a very big sword. I should probably bring it out farther. I had it there and I always liked it there because it kind of sit cool with the cliff, but then I kind of added this building here, so it kind of covers it up now, so I guess I could bring it out to like right here so everyone can see it. I could probably do that right now, but we won't worry about it. All right, next thing is, this is my crafting building. I have set it up with, I've done a trick here. This is something that I think you can only do at premium houses because of the newer connections of how it works. But basically, you can, I put the barn inside the glass dome. All right, so it's like a greenhouse. So I put the barn inside it, and I tried to make it look like it was connected. So you notice here, it looks like you can go around the edge. You can actually walk around, right? So you got like the barn, and its effects and lights inside the glass dome, which I don't know. I think it looks cool. It took some work, okay, guys? It took some work to try to fit this thing how I wanted it. You can see over here, you can see some stuff and some hay, and yeah. So anyway, I put it inside the glass dome. And it's a very big glass dome, as you can see. It goes all the way up. And then, if you go inside the barn, you can see the back is a glass dome, which looks very pretty. And then the inside is the barn. And these black pillars are part of the glass dome, so I kind of had to make it look like it was part of the rafters with the positioning. It took a lot of work to try to make it make sense. But as you can see here, I've got crafting things. So I've got my crafting station. This is, I fit it into the barn to make it look like it was supposed to be there. I've got like the crafting area here, and then I've got like the part where you do your melding, right? And I can craft here. And then I also have here, I have a crafting table for a workbench. And then here is the study for doing scholarly things. All my books. Here's for cooking. It's my cooking spot. And where, I think that's, there's one more. Oh, and then the gardening. I just put it right out here for farming. So yeah, that's my crafting building. Yeah, so these are all things you can get. There's several kinds too, studio. So if you want, this is the Gondor look that I have. I believe there is the Haradrim look. And you can get most of them on the LOTRO store. I think they're all ones you have to earn your LOTRO points and buy. I don't know if you can trade for any of these. I don't think so. But yeah, so basically there is the Gondor study one. And then there are... what's the other one? Yeah, there's like a Umbar one. There's like a third one too. I don't remember what it is. But just look on the LOTRO store. You could probably see it if they still sell it. All right, with that, if we come over here, I planted these. These actually will teleport you if you right-click them. But I had a bunch I got one on every character, and I thought they looked like good lights. So I just plopped them along the path there. I'm going to go ahead and make it lighter again here. I like my... Now watching the magic. Ta-da! All right, so Durin's Day lighting effect. You could do all sorts, but I like this one. And then there's also a fence. You can also change the fence look. I could go buy one, I guess, but you can get a lot of these things at any of the housing broker people. Not broker, the housing seller person, usually in the homesteads. There's my little bird right there. Likes this little water spot. Hello. So anyway, that's my bird. So I put these along the path, like beautiful path things. This actually comes with the home. This thing right here. I did not put this here from what I remember. This is just here, which means you cannot remove it either, but that's just fine. I like how it looks. I put this water fountain here. Also a thing that I believe can teleport you. I don't know. It says you can do something with it. I won't use it right now. And then over here, I've got this snowman is for combat stuff, so I can do training. This little fire pit is kind of our little camp out spot. We did fireside stories on this stage here on this barn. If you go watch that, we have a whole thing where we did an event. It was kind of fun during Halloween October stream. So that's kind of cool. This building really doesn't do anything else but look cool. Just looks like a barn. You could put stuff, technically, if you do it right, you could put like boxes on top and stuff. I did that. But, you know, whatever you want to do. And then, if we go up here, it may look like these are supposed to be here. So I put the tree here, obviously. But the only thing that's really supposed to be here is the hobbit holes. I put this pond here and stuff. But if we go up here, I actually have cool Free Peoples. Let me go up high here so you can see it. We got the Free Peoples flag. And then we have this tower. I actually put this here to try to make it look like it was part of my house, because I'm a dwarf. It's a dwarf watchtower from Erebor. I bought this at the Erebor Homestead. It's a huge yard thing, but it made it look like it was like you go into my hobbit hole, and this is like, you know, part of the house, you know? And then over here, I also have one of those, which I sunk into the wall and tried to make look like, with the rocks, I spent 10 minutes doing this, trying to make it look like it was supposed to be connected to these rocks. And I sunk it in, so it kind of looks like from far away that it's a building purposely built into the side of the mountain. So, that took way too much work. Shouldn't have taken that much work. But I was being a perfectionist. And then we've got my regular barn, which I love, that has all of my horses in it. So obviously this is my main mount that I ride around on. So he kind of stands out here ready to go. Yeah, he's a cool horse. And then if we go into the barn here, you can see it has very nice lighting in the barn, and you got all my other mounts. I got this horse, I got this horse, I got this guy, I got this skeleton one of the Halloween event, or actually, they gave this one to us, I forget. Christmas ram, got my boar here from the expansion, Gundabad. Sorry, not Gundabad. Fates of Gundabad. I think that's what that just one it came from. And then this one you can earn from being high respect with Thorin's Gate. This goat right here, this ram, I really like this one a lot. Very cool. So yeah, anyway. Thank you, I appreciate it. Nice architecture and design skills. Thank you very much. I haven't even done very much in the house. I'll show you real fast, but and then of course this allows you to summon the. This is something you could buy as well. You can buy this in Elven style, Hobbit, Human, or Dwarf, I believe, and it's a Sailmaster, and he's pretty much got everywhere in the world to the main cities, which is very handy. Technically, you can also buy a boat that is a the shipmaster, right? Dockmaster, and he'll take you anywhere dock locations, like a lot of the new areas in Umbar. So very good. In fact, I want to get the ship. We have both of them at our kinship house for everybody to use. But for myself, I want to have a boat too. And then these are my guards, which I can obviously click on, and they will follow me around the property. I don't know if I can do both at once. I think it's one or the other. But let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's just one. I also have this down here at the bottom of my top of my waterfall. This basically summons seagulls. So I got some seagulls. Which, by the way, having seagulls up in the high mountains is a very realistic thing. I would know. I live right by the beach, so I see seagulls all the time. And I also, when I go on vacation, it's here in Nevadas, there's a certain lake they like up there at 9,000 feet, 10,000 feet, and they nest around it. And so there's lots of seagulls up there, too. I can't get away from seagulls. No, I'm just kidding. I like seagulls. And then this is a memorial to Thorin, Feely, and Keely, which I put right here because I love them. They're the coolest. They are my kindred since I'm Zollin. Technically, in Zollin's lore, they would be relatives. I'm trying to think. I think Thorin is his cousin. I don't remember what I did. All right, let's go into my house here. For the kind of finish up our little tour today, we'll go around my house for a few minutes. So my house is not completely done. I'm just going to throw that out there right now for this. If I do a lot of work on it in the future, I'll make a video or a stream showing you it again. Looks pretty cool. Thank you, Reb. Appreciate it. So when you first come in, I got carpets. I got this really pretty blue floor and wall. I really like it. So I guess she follows me into the house too. Thank you, Marigold. Appreciate it. Your services are no longer required. You can go back outside. Thank you. So you basically have your own storage. Obviously, everyone kind of gets that. If you go in right here, you got this area here. I'm having a little bit of loading still there. Okay. There we go. We got my sleeping little cat here. And some benches. And I actually used to have the crafting stuff right here, which is now inside the barn. Because it was easier. Because I didn't have to go back in my house all the time. And then this room, with its golden glow, you can change the lightings of rooms with the... I don't know if you can do it with the regular houses. I think you can do it with the premium houses. This is basically my collection of the things I've collected from people. This guy really wouldn't let go of the hammer. So, you know. I beat him. I get the hammer. So, that's how it goes. And then this is the Mirror of Mordorith. And, which is kind of cool. It's like all broken and cracked. I just think it's cool. And then we're about to get really epic music. You ready? This is my house music. It's my happy Hobbit house music. There we go. I hope you can still hear me. All right. So the arms. So this is some guy's arm again. I don't know what's the fascination with giving me arms game, but some evil bad guy we beat. And then this is some stuffed creatures I beat. This is a giant bug I killed in Moria. And then here's some armor right here, which is kind of cool. I think you've probably seen this, but you can put it on. There we go. And then in here, we've got some creepy things, including this head of this turtle, which still growls. And that's kind of terrifying. And if you walk by it, your character looks terrified. Look at my character's eyes right now. Look at his eyes. And then here's some other gear of an orc I beat. And then this house is huge. Here's the big room, which, again, I have not done much work with. Okay, I stuck some pictures up. I could probably make this room really, really cool with more work. But I haven't really done much with it yet. And then I got some images here of Moria, the same maps you see in the game. In fact, it's funny because some of these are older. So, like, some of these maps have been updated. For example, see this old map of Bree? That's what the Bree map used to look like. Hello there, over there on... What's up? Thanks for the raid, guys, over on Twitch. What's up, Poteen? Hello! Nice! What's up, guys? Hello! Woots raid. Good evening. All right, hello, everyone. We were kind of just looking around my house, and I was talking about this old map right here that, you know, this is how the map used to look for Bree. But I think it's funny that the item for your house still has the old map. Because if we look at the map today, right, the comparison, Bree-land looks like this now, right? And it's a little bit more designed to show the layout of the contour of the actual land mass around everything. So that's basically what's going on. What's up, guys? Welcome, everybody. I remember that old map. This is Twitch, yes. So I still like these art done maps, but I will say I do like the new ones that show the contours of the up and down and the locations and stuff like that. All right, so let's continue anyway. I was just telling everybody, for those who joined in Twitch, that I have not fully finished my house. We looked at the whole outside, but, and again, this will become a vlog or whatever it's called on Twitch and YouTube later. But, obviously, the wonderful picture. She's cool. She's glorious. And then I got a little study right here. All right, and then got my bear rug. Sometimes I can hardly bear it. Oh, it's bad. Okay, I caught this salmon. Kind of fun, but I'm sure if you're LOTRO players, you all know about this stuff. You can taxidermy some of the fish that you catch, which is a cool feature. I hope they add more of that in LOTRO. This is kind of like not really done this room. I kind of just threw in the Hobbit. This is the Hobbit waiting, like the Hobbit area. They can just kind of chill. This is if I have a Hobbit guest. What's happening? Why is that bed in the wall? What's going on there? That's not supposed to be like that. I think something glitched. Let's fix it real fast. Let's see. Not that. Nope. There it is. Weird. I don't know why that glitched, but there we go. Problem solved. All right. So we go right down here. I did a little bit more work on this room down here. It actually changes the music, interestingly enough. There's different music down here. This is my library study that has all the deed books, right? That you right-click and they read a story, which is very fun. I'm not going to do it right now because then it just takes up over all my talking. But I've got my war room down here. Got my Gondor table, and I've got my 3D... Dude, I wish they would do more of these tables. It's so cool, dude. It shows Gundabad, and it's like kind of 3D, like bumped up. I have one of these maps in real life that's like bumped up that you could like look at. And I love these things. It's so cool. And you can right click and it can teleport you, I believe. Same thing with this scary looking Mordor door. I'm sure a lot of our usual LOTRO players over there know all this. Just in case those new people who are checking out the channels will, you guys always like and subscribe, follow, whatever. It's the free one. Welcome to this beautiful underground cave. I really love the underground cave on this particular house. I have it set up where the bats come out of that cave and then go up under the rainbow there, and then they kind of keep going up into the darkness. So the bats, there's a cosmetic thing where the bats will do this big circle. So I had to like work and move it for like 15 minutes and keep watching them come out until I got it where the bats come out of this cave. So that's kind of fun. And again, it's probably a lot louder in here if I turned on my filters. Again, I turned off my water filters. There's the bats again. Let's see what happens if I turn these back on. See if it gets a little louder. You can hear the bats. Too many requests. Slow down. I'm going to request more. Whenever it asks that, I'm just like, I'm going to do more now. All right, there. So the water is back on. So I'm curious if I walk out and walk back in, it'll probably give us more effects on the water. Let me go up here real quick. So again, this room has nothing done in it yet. This is pretty much totally blank. This is my kitchen area. Now, I did have a big stove in the wall right here, but as I showed you guys a few minutes ago, I have a whole crafting area outside, which we'll go back outside in a second. This is my like cellar for food. Got some things here for sushi. Don't worry, that is definitely dead, I think. Never mind. So I didn't know that was gonna happen. Just kidding. This is cool. I finally got the trophy with all the fish. I did that recently. I was like, yes, finally. Such a hassle sometimes. And then let me go ahead and bring there. So now if I walk over here, the water will reload, and it should be, well, it's about the same. Not much difference. That's okay though. I might have to go out of the house and come back in to load the sound effects. That's okay though. So yeah, I really like this. I love it how it's so beautiful, and I stuck that on the wall there. I just kind of like, it's fun that you can move anything around in the game to where you want to put it, because I was able to kind of just move things until they looked right. Like the swan is floating on the water. Rainbow's in the right spot. This is hooked on the wall, even though technically it was like from this wall over here. Just kind of fun to do things like that. And yes, you can fish in here, and you can swim in here, and there are fish. Like, you see these two fish right here? There are indeed fishies. Just chilling. I wonder if you turn the graphics down, if you can see the fish better or less. Because of the water effects. I'm curious. Oh, looky, fishy! And also, the game suddenly looks like it's 17 years old again. Gosh, man. It's amazing how good water looks in this game compared to what it used to look like. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, you ready? You ready to just... Look at this. Look at everything. Everything's chunky and like... Watch this. Let's just watch the magic. It's like freaking magic. Everything's all nice and textured, and... Gee, what a difference, man. That is it's night and day. Where is the one graphical setting that always changes then? I want these on there. Okay. So anyway, pretty cool. I enjoyed that. I have a floating lily for fun. And that's the inside of there. I'm going to go ahead and walk back out of the house here, so we don't get bored. And anyone who joined in on Twitch might want to see the outside, because that's where I did most of the work. All let this load up here with the light of Doran's Day. Oh, is it daytime now? Oh, sweet. We'll let this load, but this is my actual crafting area where a lot of those things were taken out of my house. I basically put a barn inside the greenhouse. So you got this little effect, which I already showed everybody on YouTube here, but pretty cool. And then you got in here, you got all the crafting. I can stand here and do every type of crafting right in this spot. I got farm, I got a forge, I got a workbench, I got the scholar, and I got the cook. All right here. And it tried to make it look like it's supposed to be all together as one thing. It's a lot of extra pillars, but, you know, that happens. And also, I need to change... My guy's scared of my turtle thing in my house, so... Make him happy again there. So anyway, this is my house. And again, like, for those of you here on YouTube, I would like to show you now what it looks like in the daytime. Alright, so we're going to remove the Durin's Day effects. And we'll go to the regular time of day. And there we have it. It is morning in The Lord of the Rings Online. Lovely. And in fact, I think what we'll do is, I think we'll take a ride down into the valley. Why don't we do that to finish up the stream? Let's ride down to the valley. Before a lot of you guys joined in, we actually did we did a huge ride for like an hour and a half exploring Middle Earth. I'm on the wrong thing, that's music. There we go. Alright, so you guys are also going to get to hear the waterfall be very loud now because I took the water sounds back. So this is the reason why I have them muted. When I'm trying to do videos at my house here, this is why. Also, this is where you can hook up your horses. There's a bunch of... I put a couple stable things over here. But, and then this is kind of cool. Watch this. Why is there a watcher in my house? He actually just guards my house, pretty much. He's a baby watcher. Alright, there's the full sound of the waterfall, though. It's pretty loud. So anyway, that is my little valley that I own. Alright, I own this. I'm going to go out real quick now. So as I leave, the lighting will change because now it's not controlled. I don't own past pretty much where this is. Everything past like right here is where I own. Down to that whole little cleft there. And then this is the actual whole housing area. Hello there, Gantoron. Is that how you say it? Gantoron? Whoa! Alright, here's the beautiful valley, though, of the Hobbit homestead of Linsby. The regular Hobbit homestead is also very pretty, but this is the premium new one in the Misty Mountains. I only say premium, it just sounds funny, the word premium. I only say it because that's the term they use to say it's basically like the paid houses. Saying premium sounds so funny sometimes to me. Alright, so this is someone's, does someone own this? Oh, no one owns this. One of you could own this house. There's an old ancient dwarven ruin there. And it's a really pretty place, actually. We're going to ride down that way, but I'm going to go up here real quick first, because it's just really pretty to see this area. I'm thinking in the future I may make a video where I, like, escort everyone through a housing area. And I'd be like, I'm your guide and realtor, Zollin Ironshield. Alright, here is, you can actually go up, there's oh man, that's so pretty, look at that. So pretty. I love watching, I like looking from this bridge. Oh, look at the sun coming up. Again, the sun comes up from the right angle, which is always nice in the game. There's always east-west going on and stuff. But, yeah, it's pretty. It's a beautiful, beautiful homestead right here. Very pretty. Thanks, Hayden. I appreciate it. On YouTube. Like, this is the best LOTRO content. Thanks, man. I'm glad you're having fun here on the channel. Alright, so we're going to go over here real quick. This, by the way, to help you guys out. So a lot of times when I'm doing these tours or pack trips or whatever, I like to sprinkle in, after exploring, I like to sprinkle in a fun story from me or something with lore, talk about something from Tolkien with lore, or talk about something that I just know about with the game. Or I'll give you some guides, right, as we do stuff. I know I have guide videos on the channel lots on YouTube, but we're like, this is where you would come because I made a comment to purchase housing items. Oh, this is where you get your premium home. Excuse me. I think, let's see, which one is it? Oh, it's this guy. This guy. These ones that say furnishers. All right. This is where you can buy a lot of items for your house, including music themes, the ambiance things for fences. Is this the guy that has... This guy has the special lights that I was talking about, where you can change the hue of your house color for the premium homes. So, and including you can get like, see the Rohan. This is where you can get a lot of the different effects. This is where I actually got, I think, the Erebor. Oh, I might have got the Erebor one in the Erebor Homestead, possibly, if it's not here. But you could change the theme, right? Do you want to be like a Western Rohan sky? Do you want the Western Rohan Eastfield sky? Eastfold, excuse me. Can really be fun because you can really change the look of your house. And like for different events, right? Do you want the Fangorn sky and stuff? It's usually real dark and scary. Might be good for a Halloween event, right? You know, things like that. Christmas sky, you could do some, you know, whatever you want to do, right? You got all sorts of options. And I think you can get stuff for fences here too, and there's some like animals like butterflies. There's actually a campfire here, oh my goodness. You know what? I'm gonna buy these and check these out later. I might want to use those for an event. All right, so anyway, that's pretty cool. And again, there's like waterfalls coming down off the mountains and stuff. It's a really cool area. You can always come to, obviously this is Wendy. She's the one that gets you the VIP buff.
Hello,
you become a subscriber and you don't know why you don't
something?
have the little button that I have to get everything. You got to come over to her and accept this quest and turn
How
it in.
can I be of service?
And then you get 14 days of this item and you can trigger the jug, all right? And then it'll just affect you for the next couple days. And I usually just destroy the jug, but then you can keep the subscriber town bonus thing, right? For 14 days, I think. I still have 7 days on mine, but you don't have to keep them both. If you have 2 of them, you can get rid of I get rid of the one that lasts longer, and then I just usually drag and drop this back onto my taskbar. So that's for if you're brand new, you just subscribed and you want to know how to do that. I think I've made a guide video on that in the past, but you know, I like to mention it a few times because I feel like sometimes as a content creator, I have to tell you guys, hey, go look at my video, right? Like with things that are going to take too much time. But if something fast, I like to repeat it a lot for people because, like, I don't know, I understand when someone always tells you go look up a video. That can get annoying too. So like, I try to balance that nicely best I can. All right, wow, someone's got a really fancy house here with the music and dang, whose house is this? When you walk in, it says the home of something. So the home of something, the home of someone. Let's see what it says. Home of Lil Bit. Little bit. It's a little bit. It's the way that rolls off the tongue is so funny. Little bit. It sounds like you're trying to say a little bit, but like with an accent or something. Little bit. I don't know why that makes me laugh to say, but it does. All right, I'm gonna go up here. That's too funny. Hello, Elvin. Welcome to the stream. All right, we're gonna run up this little cliff because this is actually where our one commander, Beth, or lead officer, has her house, and there's a really cool view that I want to show you real quick. And then we'll run down into the valley that we're about to look at. All right, some waterfalls. You can see it's much louder now that I have the filters on for that. I try to stream in pretty high quality. Unfortunately, Twitch limits my stream quality, but if you guys are watching on YouTube, you should be able to see in pretty high bitrate quality. Ban over Twitch says, so this is actually real estate in the game? Basically, you own plots of land? Yes, to answer your question. Absolutely, glad to answer. Yep. So this is a beautiful view. You can't own down there, but you can own everything up here on this right side in the top of the valley. So if you notice, you can own everything in the Linsby Homestead plot. So I own this spot that's just covered by the chat right above my head there. If I move the chat for a minute, I own everything right there above that little circle with the road, and by everything to pretty much the right of this waterfall river is I own. And then down here in Linsby, you can't own the Linsby area down there, but everything that has naming up here, this whole valley. There's a couple spots in Middle-earth you can do this. There is this one. There is one in Erebor, by the way, I made a comment about Erebor like 40 minutes ago, and it just dawned on my mind. It's over here, and it is in the game, for those who might have wondered. But there is an Erebor homestead that you can buy in. It's a little dark for me, but there are some very pretty spots, and it's very grand and epic. So that's a premium housing area. And there's 2 premium housing areas in Rohan. All right, there's one here, just by Edoras. And then there's another one just down in the East Fold, right here behind, right here on the Beacon Hills. Both very pretty. This one's more of an upper mountain feel, where the other one's the Great Plains style. And there's also another premium housing home, which is one of the oldest, down here off the Cape of Belfalas. And you can actually own an island, which one of my kinships used to own. I think they might still own one of these islands. They're multi-dimensional, so like, you know, there's like 50 neighborhoods copied of this area, right? So it gives all the players a chance to get a house. Because, you know, this is only like, what, 40 houses for every server. But it's still cool, because if you find one that's pretty empty, your kinship could all buy in the same neighborhood, or you could just use your little teleport scroll to go back and forth, or walk out. It's not that hard anyway, if you're in a different one. And then for the regular homesteads, for those who might be curious, we got one in Bree-land. You can get this one completely with in-game money. It's a beautiful location too. And then there is also one in the Shire homestead. This is the free regular in-game one. It's a beautiful location, glorious too. And then if we go to Erd Lewin, there's 2. We have Thorin's Hall homestead, which our kinship house is in. I can actually show you. We own this kinship house right here, where all the trees are. And then there's also one down here, right behind my camera, for the elves, down at the bottom here. It's right behind my camera. There it is. Yeah, they're all really nice. So, anyway. There we go. And by the way, I would make it where you guys can see the Twitch chat too, but just for the everyone knows, my program that I was using for that has been busted. So, oh, you know what? Beth might be in a different homestead area. This one's not owned by anyone. But this one has a great view of the whole valley. This is a really hard decision for me, because this is the one I was going to buy if I didn't buy the other one. The other one had a little bit more hooks, like where you can like hang items in the game. And I liked how big the valley was of the other one for events, for kinship events. So since I'm the guild leader, kinship leader, I thought I'd keep it. But there's one cool thing about this house. Even though it's not as big inside, it's still pretty big. It has one different thing here. Over here, it has this area under here. It also doesn't have an underground waterfall. But still, it's cheaper, too, obviously. It's kind of cool, though, because you can see into this back cave, and there's, like, windows, like mining windows and fires. So, like, are those goblins? Are those dwarves? What's going on back there? Look at that water. Exactly, Elvin. You missed it. I made that joke a few minutes ago, too. Checking my loot says, if you sign up for the affiliate, you should get higher quality options, if I remember. Affiliate? Affiliate for... Oh, for Twitch? Yes, I think I have to have a certain amount of followers for that, though, from what I remember. And if it's a free thing. Because I don't quite have the income yet to be able to do farther. Oh, what the heck? I thought my horse normally had, like, a saddle and stuff. It's kind of cool seeing it without it. Oh, there it is. It does. That was kind of cool seeing it without it, actually. You should be able to take it off and on. So we're going to ride down into the valley. Yeah, there's quite a, Twitch definitely has quite a few rules. I mainly stream on YouTube, but just for my Twitch audience, I do that because I have many of people that know my channel on YouTube who asked me that I could stream on Twitch too. And once they allowed multi-streaming, I was like, okay, then I can do it. I just didn't want to get in trouble or anything. So, but hey, I got streams going on both of them, so it's good. It's good to. I'm glad I'm able to. But if you guys ever want to see, like, you want to see the full you know, quality of the stream, you could just go, it's on YouTube right now too, on Voice of the Rings, my main channel. But you can watch it on either. And I appreciate the little free like or follow or thumbs up or whatever you do on Twitch versus YouTube. All right, so we're gonna go ahead to finish up. We're gonna ride down through the valley. I think what we'll do is we'll go look at the beautiful vista of that. Actually, it's showing me the picture, but from in-game. Well, I mean, well, I'd probably already meet those criteria then, but yeah, I'll look at that in the future. All right, let's enjoy this. The Mist Hollows. I'm actually gonna go slow. Let's see, can I go, hold on. There. There, oh, look, it's cinematic. Why do I get this feeling when I do this? I just think of like Skyrim. Like, I played Skyrim a little bit, but not too much. But it's funny to me that, like, LOTRO is at that quality where it's starting to look like original, like just slightly modded Skyrim. There are some mods in Skyrim that make it look insane now, but that's because you can mod it. This is just the game engine, right? So, hey, look, guys. It's a rusty hill goat. Hello there, Mr. Goat. Don't run away. He's like, oh, no. Guy on a horse! Guy on a horse! That's the dwarf on a horse. The dwarf on a horse! Is he gonna let me walk by? Well, thank you, Mr. Goat. I'm gonna turn the music up. We need better music. Better music. There. Alright, here we go. We're in Linsby. The Hobbit Homestead. Well, it's actually, so technically in the lore, I'm going to give you your little lore tidbit now. Lord of the Rings Online has added this area. This is supposedly, right, from what Tolkien mentions, is where Gollum was originally from, okay? These are like, they're called the river folk. They're like slightly larger than hobbits, just barely, a little more lanky. And so they're kind of hobbits. They kind of have a similar style of culture, just probably not exactly the same as the Shire, obviously. But look at this view. How's that? Pretty, isn't it? It's awesome. Yeah, exactly, Bandwave. 100%. I think multi-streaming gives you a much wider reach as audience. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it's convenient for you guys. Like, not only does it help me as the content creator, getting it out to more people, it's also convenient for viewers. If they want to watch on Twitch, they can watch on Twitch. If they want to watch on YouTube, they can watch on YouTube. I technically am also streaming on Kick, but that's been pretty cold in the water. So I might try to use Facebook Live again, but Facebook Live, you gotta have like they changed the rules. You have to have 100 people following your Facebook page. So if you want to follow on there, if you use it. If you don't, I understand. So, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful views here. But yeah, you're welcome to join my Discord too. Voice of the Rings Discord. Awesome. Down there if you want to join that. And then also follow me on X and Facebook would be great. Those are the main platforms that I give information on besides YouTube community tab and Discord. That's the best way to have fun and be involved. We have a lot of fun with Lord of the Rings talks and chats. So, by the way, if you're wondering, where are all the hobbits? There's a lore reason for this. In the story, when you play as a river hobbit, and as you do the chapters in this area, the river hobbits don't come out because they're hiding that you're here. So that's why they're not showing you any right now, just so you know. If you're wondering, like, this is weird, why is no one here? That's the reason. It's a lore reason. Normally there'd be lots of NPCs, right, walking around. All right, so we're gonna run down to the end of the... I love the fog effect that's in LOTRO in the last few years. It's really cool. Chickens! Lots and lots of chickens! We'll turn the music down just a little bit there. We got bumblebees! Whee! Alright. Guys, look, it's a plow. Yeah, I guess that would be a plow, right? Is that the right term for this? Because a hoe is something you hold and pull. A plow is the one you can, like, hook an animal up to and work the fields. Or push it manually, but usually you hook it up to, like, an ox or a strong animal. I can pull it. Speaking of strong animals, guys, look, it's an eagle. Hello there, sir. How are you? Wow. No, your eyes do not deceive you. This is the last village of the Hobbiton. I guess this is the one that opens up, showing you that all the hobbits are there. I guess I never did it with this character. I might have to do this quest, actually. That's why there weren't any NPCs. This character hasn't done it. I didn't realize my main character Zollin hadn't done the story plot for this area. My other character did it. Interesting. Well, I will come back another day and do that. Let's go ahead and go check out the awesome view here. Ooh, the fog. We're going to probably finish up here in about 5 minutes, so we'll check it out. And I would normally do a stream doing a kinship event, raid night. By the way, for my regular kinship, that's still going on. Our leader, our officers are still leading it. I just won't be streaming because I have a family friend here from a different state. And we're going to all be going to dinner as a bunch of us, so. Anyway, here is an awesome shot of the river coming down from the Hobbit areas, going down into the giant, massive open valley of the Vales of Anduin, which are probably one of my favorite places in Lord of the Rings Online. I really, really love Evendim, or some people say Evendim. I say Evendim. Lake, and it's one of my favorite places for sure. But I really would love to see Evendim Lake get some updates on visual render loading, like how far you can see in this area, and like some texture updates and stuff. The water looks amazing though. It's been updated, obviously. All right, here we go, guys. Here is the, oh my goodness, look at that. With the fog and the clouds. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. I'm gonna get out of the way for a second. Okay, here you go. So you can just get the full immersion. Wow, look at that. Thank you, Subtropic. Thanks for being here, man. And again, if you guys throw a like, subscribe, comment if you're watching this a video later, follow, whatever the free one is on Twitch, that would be amazing. And again, don't forget too, guys, if you will maybe possibly follow on X or Facebook, join our Discord down there, links are all below. Be awesome. I love the support, and you guys are the best. And I will do my best to keep bringing you fun content. That'll be the goal. And before I forget, thanks to my Patreons for their support as well, and Red for being a Royal Guardian. They get a little bit extra goodies. You technically can join Patreon for free too if you want to see some of the stories and stuff that I put for some of the roles. But it's another way you can communicate with me, but that's the best way to support me. You can also, of course, do, I think I have a thing on YouTube and stuff as well, but they take a bigger cut. So you want it to be straight more to your content creator. Thank you, guys. Appreciate everyone hanging out, and appreciate the raid over from Twitch too. That was very nice of you guys. Thank you so much. That was very, very kind. And thank you everyone here on YouTube for watching the whole time. That was super fun. I had a blast. It's a beautiful world, Middle-earth, and I highly recommend the game. But if you don't have time to play the game and you just have time to watch some videos and streams, sweet. Glad you're here. Where on the map are you? John Prankers. Oh, let me ask you real quick. Sorry, Prater says, I'm right here. So let me just go up real quick so we see. Go to Roavanian, and then if you go to the, I think it is the Wells of Langflood, it's north of, it's all kind of the Vales of Anduin, but it's kind of north, I believe. And then Linsby, this is where the homestead is snug up here on the left. Linsby Valley is where the hobbits, technically Gollum is from originally. And then I'm just down this path looking out over this valley right here is what I'm looking at. Just this part. I'm not even looking at the flood fells. Like, flood fells are over there behind this. It's just this front part of the valley. Will you make some class guides in future? I will, Danzo. I will definitely try to make some more updated ones for the for all the classes. I have one for the Guardian that's up to date. I don't, which with the rework. I'm trying to remember if I did the one for Lore Master. I don't think I did yet, because they did a massive update in Lore Master. But I have a lot of fun goals to do for 2025. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to do, but we'll have a blast either way. I used your burglar guide. Helped a lot. Oh, thank you. Checking. I appreciate that over on Twitch. Thank you. Thank you. Very, very glad that helps. And again, probably the best way to support free is subscribing on YouTube or following. I think is free one on Twitch, and then follow me on other things too. That all really helps out. I'm doing my best. I just did an update on our Discord too that like only me and like one of the other leaders can do at everyone's. I don't want people to get overly pinged by things like that. But again, if you know Discord, you can also learn how to mute certain channels and only leave open announcements from me or something. I'm the only one that does announcements. So, and by the way, guys, we got the 29 likes. And thank you for the super sticker, which just made the room go crazy blue. And now kind of matches the actual surroundings of the green and blue. That's pretty awesome. There we go. Very fancy. Thank you for that. I appreciate the super sticker. That was super nice. When you think about playing the Hobbit game that came out in 2003, I will, if I can find how to get it. Is it something that's on Steam, or am I going to have to like find an old disc and figure it out? I'm also doing some more I'm going to do a guide for Battle for Middle-earth, another one. I have a good one that's a long form that'll work and you can play the game. Fortunately, I have the video on YouTube that will lead you to where the links are. I actually have it over on the Rumble channel that I have because it's a little bit less of a chance of the algorithm system thinking something is wrong. It's totally fine, everything I did, but YouTube can freak out if it sees anything being done with files. It thinks that, oh, it's something bad. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's totally fine. But I'm going to show you guys a new one on the all-in-one launcher that got a huge update right before the new year in November. They updated the all-in-one launcher for Battle for Middle-earth, the modders who do that, and it's very cool. So I will make a video on that very soon. YouTube will be the first place you'll see it. I'll tell you about it, that I made it, and I'll most likely send you over with a link and explain what I did and showed you. So that'll be all set. The Hobbit game, I mean, it's on a disc. Yeah, I don't know if I own it. I might be able to find it on eBay and buy it. I don't have it originally. I may also be able to get it on like Good Old Games, which is a platform. So we'll see. I love the green, Rev says. Yeah, I know. The super sticker made a very cool green color. Interestingly enough, that the super sticker is the yellow one and it made the room green. I think maybe because I think the amount or the little guy is green on the super sticker. So, I don't know. Let me bring up so you guys can see what I'm... bring that back up. So the little guy is the same color. Yeah, so, well, anyway, my friends, you have a good one, and I will see you all in the next ones. Gamer Nicer says, I'm thinking to sub for 1 month and try the game. Is that still worth it? I like the lore... and your content. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the content. You're talking about Lord of the Rings Online, right? For subbing? Yes. So here's what I recommend, Gamer Nicer. This is what I recommend. It's cheaper if you're thinking of ended up playing for a few months, that you sub for 3 months, and then immediately right after you sub, go to your account and cancel it. And I think I have a guide on it. And then you'll have 3 months, and then it won't recharge you. And then it won't hurt you if you run out. It won't mess anything up. You'll just know, it'll tell you when you get on. And you'll still be able to do stuff free to play because the game has a great free to play system too. Lord of the Rings Online, it's one of the best. They kind of pioneered free to play when it comes to MMOs. LOTRO did. Like, that easily was, that's definitely true. They pioneered free to play for MMOs, like being real good free to play. But once you get your 3 months, cancel it, then you have 3 months. And that's the best way to get small chunks. Because if you just do 1 month, it's $14.99. And if you do with Standing Stones and LOTRO, and if you do 3 months, it's $29.90 something. So you basically save $5 a month. That's the one I would recommend. I do a year one because you save even more then. But obviously I'm the content creator and I play this game all the time. So it's got to be for what helps you. You could just do 1 month and try it. By the way, it's worth 1 month because of one other thing, and then I'll finish and we'll be done. There's technically different versions of accounts. The LOTRO wiki actually talks about this. It's a really great resource. And there's what's called a premium account, there's a VIP account, and there's a free-to-play account. When you get 1 month of subscription, you go from being a free-to-play account to a VIP account, which is subscribed. And then when it runs out, your account becomes a premium account. It never goes back to a full free-to-play account. And it gives you some benefits you keep forever. So getting even just 1 month of LOTRO, again, I recommend 3 at a time because of the price thing. But, it's still worth it. Like, so no matter what, it'll help you 1 month. So yeah, I recommend it. It's more convenience, the VIP stuff and subscribing for the game. But it's a lot of convenient things that really make the game a lot more enjoyable in certain ways. But they took all the annoying things away. Like there used to be like a currency cap and stuff. That's not even for free to play anymore. They did a big update in 2023 on revamping it to make it even better. And it was really nice what they did. So hopefully that helps you out, answers your questions. All right. Anyway, my friends, Baruch Hazad Kuzad I menu. Have a great and wonderful day in Middle Earth. I am at your service and your families, as always, here on Voice of the Rings, Zollin Ironshield. Stay happy, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. I have a couple great videos coming out for you, and I'm off to spend some time with friends and family for the rest of the weekend. See you soon. I got a great video coming out soon, too, so thank you for watching. See you in the next ones.